Welcome, class of 2025. My name is Kim Dale, and I just want to do a short overview of what freshman course selection looks like. This is kind of a repeat of the presentation that I did in the Scouts for Scouts class that was offered at Laramie Middle School. And so this is available now for students who were unable to attend those and for Snowy Range and Lab School students. So welcome. I look forward to seeing you guys. So let the presentation begin. For 2022, your course requests, you have a little kind of a cheat sheet or an outline, would maybe be the best words to describe it, of the classes that are available at Laramie High School for freshmen. As you look at that sheet, you're going to notice that you're required to take some of the same classes you're probably quite familiar with. English, we have English 9 or an advanced option for English 9. Students continue on in math. The freshman science course is biology. Students are required to take social studies. Most students will be taking modern American studies. However, we do have an option for those that are looking for a little bit more of a challenge, and I'm going to kind of go over that on the next slide. And then freshmen are also asked to take their survey of PE and a semester of health, and that adds up to a total of 5 required credits. Now for social studies. If you have older siblings or friends who have gone through Laramie High School, they have the option to take a Modern American Studies honors option. The honors option is no longer going to be available. However, it is being replaced with something that's pretty exciting. The social studies department is offering a few more AP options for incoming freshmen. So the 2 classes to take a look at would be the world history and the human geography course. So if you're thinking, wow, maybe I want to go into social studies a little bit more, go into a little bit more depth, that could be a really good option for you. And then as you progress through high school, you'll be meeting your US history requirement by taking AP US history. And then as your final class, you would probably be taking the AP government and politics to meet that last requirement for the 3 credits of social studies. So somewhere along the way, you do need to make sure you're taking US history. So as a reminder, it can be as a freshman through Modern American Studies 1 and 2, or later on down the road by taking AP US history. It can kind of get a little confusing, but that's what we high school counselors are available for, and your teachers are available to help you as well. So we'll walk you through that. But definitely, if you're interested in a challenge, take a look at those new options. All right, so if you remember on the last slide, I was asking for 5 credits, right? And at Laramie High School, we have 7 classes in the day. So 7 minus 5 means you get 2 credits of electives to choose from. That could include world language, especially if you're already in a world language sequence. I highly recommend that you continue on with world language while you're at the high school. For one, language is great, it's fun, it's amazing, it opens up travel opportunities and cultural opportunities. Also, it kind of gets your foot in the door for some of those Hathaway requirements as well. So at Laramie High School, we do offer German, French, and Spanish. Now, some of you maybe are more interested in some of our family consumer science classes, and we do have a really fun program there. This is a little snapshot of some students who are getting ready for a baking competition. And we do have bakery skills classes, we have cooking classes, and for those that are really interested in honing in on their skills, we have a Pro Start program, which starting next year, we'll be back working hand in hand with LCCC and offering some credit and certification opportunities. It's pretty exciting. Some of you might be thinking more along the lines of some 3D art and 2D art classes. Here's a student working hard away at the pottery wheel that we have available. But we have some great opportunities for those just looking to explore some artistic crevices of their bodies and just getting involved in something, as well as those who really think maybe they want to get a little bit more technical and continue on into the AP Studio Arts program. We also, of course, have a great egg mechanics program, and so it's kind of fun to take a look at some of the opportunities in that wing of the building. And as well as the egg mechanics, our egg program does have some awesome animal science classes, some some just more classroom-based opportunities for those that are looking at maybe kind of getting out there in our great state of Wyoming and getting some more hands-on pieces put into place. Speaking of hands-on, next door to the ag program, we have the automotive program. So these guys are working away on this vehicle. And we do have some very intro classes, which would be more of that driver's ed basic auto course if you're just kind of looking for the basic pieces of how to get your car moving. And we also have a more technical program, which is also in conjunction with LCCC, and it's a four-course sequence. And at the end, you could earn some certification through the LCCC program that we have that we're working with. So those are great opportunities. In your curriculum guide, I believe you'd want to start looking on page 37 to learn more about those opportunities for students. Woodworking. We have a great woodworking shop downstairs, and these guys are hard at work doing one of their own projects. And again, you can start off in a basic woodworking class, kind of get a feel for the tools and some of those processes put into place. And if that's something that you really, really like doing, you can take a woodworking class all the way through high school. We also have business, engineering, computer skills classes, and again, some great opportunities if you're looking at programming, accounting, marketing, if you're looking into learning more about computer networking. Really take a look at some of those offerings and start to explore some of the things that are available in the world of business engineering and computer sciences. And we also know that some of you are thinking, high school might be just a big transition in general. I don't know if I want to fill up my day. We have a class that's called Learning Support Center. In the olden days, we used to kind of call it a study hall, but we do have a higher expectation than just what maybe my study hall teacher had because I kind of did a lot of talking and not a lot of studying. In our Learning Support Center, we actually have somebody who also has a lot of skills to be able to proofread a paper, help you with some basic math skills, and really support you in your learning so that way you can use that time to the best of your abilities. Okay, so as you kind of think about all the courses that we have available, it's really important to keep in mind that while you are planning for your freshman year at high school, you also might want to start thinking about all 4 years of high school just to make sure that you're getting those requirements in place. And so those graduation requirements are 4 credits of English, 3 of social studies, which again include US history and the government and politics course. We require 3 years of science, 3 math, 2 credits of health PE, and then a sequencing of 2 credits of either world language or career tech ed or fine performing arts. We have a total requirement of 25 credits, and if you do the math, you can also add that up and know that you have some great opportunities to explore some electives that we have at Laramie High School. Hathaway is probably something you've been seeing printed on everything all the way from your kindergarten years. Hathaway can be kind of confusing, but the best way to think of Hathaway requirements would be really to answer the question, how can I prepare myself best for life after high school if I'm looking at going to college? Okay, so that would be 4 credits of English, 3 credits of social studies, which, if you kind of think back to that last slide, match our graduation requirements. However, here's where it changes just slightly. Hathaway for the top tiers requires 4 years of science and 4 years of math, but starting specifically with algebra, then going into geometry and algebra 2, and then that one additional year. Now, for some of you, that might mean your math requirement for the Hathaway has already started. Hathaway also requires the 2 credits of either world language, career tech ed, or fine arts. And then they added an extra 2 credits or 2 years on top of that. And that's where it does get confusing. But again, that's what we're here to help you with. And so it looks a little different for each student, which it's one of the things I really like about it because it can be tailored for individual students. But we do understand how complicated it can be to describe that in a general term. So please work with us so we can help you make good choices for yourself. And for the Hathaway, they also look at a GPA and an ACT or SAT score. Okay, I've placed a lot of information out there. And so my best advice for you moving forward is talk with your current teachers. They know you. They could have some great ideas for you. Chat with your family, chat with your friends. Start asking them some questions about, well, what is this accounting class like? What do you do? What do you do in digital photography? Start asking some of those questions so you can uh, explore what might be a good fit for you to take a look at while you're still in high school. You also want to check out our website. So if you just go through the Albany County School District site, which I believe is in ClassLink, and then go ahead and take a look at Laramie High School. We've updated our first page, so that way now in the center we have, I think it's called something like All Things Scheduling. So that way you can take a look at some of the resources we have and take a look at the curriculum guide or description about our classes. All right, so you've educated yourself. Your brain is exploding with great information. How do you get your classes entered so we know what you want to take for next year? Glad you asked, right? Okay, so go ahead and log into your PowerSchool account. You're going to see a screen similar to the one that's being shown here. On the left-hand column, you're going to see class registration, and it looks like a chair with a little pencil. Go ahead and click on that, and it opens up a screen that does look more similar to the one you're seeing on this demo page. So if you look at the very top line, it says English required, and then go ahead and click on the pencil that's over on the right-hand side. It is going to open up the two choices available for freshmen, either English 9 or the Advanced English 9. Go ahead and pick one and click OK. Now, as you start taking a look at your electives, it gets slightly more complicated because we have more than two choices. So as you scroll down that pop-up menu, please be mindful that there might be more than one page. So go ahead and click on page 1, 2, 3, for example, in this one, so you can take a look at all the offerings available. And then at the end, you hit OK. That's what submits your choices into your system. And as you're looking at choices, alternatives are very, very important. We have a lot of courses that are available at Laramie High School, and sometimes those courses might only be offered one block during the day or might be so popular that they fill up. So please let us know what your second, third choices are by picking alternatives. And as a reminder, if you've already picked, for example, that you want to take pottery, please don't pick pottery again as an alternative. Yeah, we know you want pottery, so we will work to try to get that pottery class in. But if we can't, what other class would you maybe want to take? And maybe just let us know you're interested in other art classes. So go ahead, for example, and pick drawing and painting. Go ahead, pick those. Let us know that that would be a really good choice for you so we can complete out your schedule. And we look forward to working with you. This is just a photo taken from our website. It's kind of a crazy year, and I miss going over to classes and being able to see all of you. But here's what our faces look like. So please know that as you reach out to us, we're excited to meet you, and we hope that you're excited to be a freshman at Laramie High School next year. Now, as you take a look at either your Canvas page or if you work with your teachers at your school, we're going to be passing out some information, which does include a pretty generic email, so you can email us any questions that you might have, and then that way we can best support you as you transition to us. And we look forward to working with you. Take care, Plainsman.